Hi, this is Peter Schiff. It's Tuesday, September 8th, 2009. Well, the weakness that I saw in the dollar on Monday certainly continued on into Tuesday morning. The dollar index got crushed again, down a little over 1%. We're now trading at 77 in the dollar index. This is the lowest it's been since September of 2008. I think there's probably some chart support around 76, which is a short-term target for the dollar index now. Below that, there's not that much support, and whatever support is there, potentially at the 74 level, I expect to give way. I think the major support is going to come in around the all-time record lows of the dollar that are closer to 70 on the dollar index. Also, initially, gold started the day very firm, was up over $10. There was a pullback by the end of the day, some profit-taking. The gold mining stocks that were very, very strong early on lost back most of their gains, but still managed to close slightly positive. But the trend here is clearly up. It's interesting. I was on Fox Business News earlier today to discuss the strength of gold. And it's amazing how clueless people still are, because some of the other people who were on the air with me, we're again questioning gold's rise, thinking that this is some kind of anomaly, some kind of unprecedented situation where gold is going up even though there's no inflation. This is what people are saying, that, well, there's no inflation, but gold is going up anyway. I mean, this is nuts. There is inflation. That's why gold is going up. Money is losing value because governments are creating inflation. And it's not just the dollar that's losing value. Governments all around the world are creating inflation. So the price of gold is rising. The increase in the price of gold is a leading indicator of inflation. They're all looking at the lagging indicators. They're looking at CPI when they should be looking at the price of gold, because the price of gold is much more sensitive to inflation than other prices. Other prices will rise eventually, but the price of gold is rising now. It's equivalent to the canary in a coal mine. Gold is the canary in the inflationary coal mine. When the miners would take a canary into the coal mine, it was because if there was anything toxic, any fumes down there, the canary would die first. And then if you saw the canary die, you know to get out. This is like, the miners are there, the canary drops dead, and the miners are saying to each other, well, I don't smell any gas, everything seems okay. I guess the canary must have died of natural causes. Let's keep on working. The whole reason to bring the canary down there is because he's gonna suffer first. By the time the gas is there, it's too late to get out of the mine. That's the same thing with inflation. Look, the price of gold is rising. There is inflation. And as if we even needed gold. We can see it in the money supply. We can see what governments around the world are doing, especially our own government. We don't even need gold's warning. It should be obvious that inflation is here. But it's so amazing that so many people are looking at what's happening and simply believing the government, believing their own hype, and assuming that there's no inflation, that the price of gold is rising for some unknown reason, having absolutely nothing to do with inflation. Well, all I can say is, as long as there are that many people that are that foolish, right, we've got an opportunity to take advantage of it. We can keep buying gold because we know why we're doing it. By the time the rest of the world figures out how bad the inflation is, by the time it's confirmed in their lagging indicators, by the time these government convoluted and distorted and bogus price measures like the CPI finally start flashing inflation's warning, who knows how high gold's going to be? It's going to be too late for these guys to protect their wealth. Anyway, I wanted to talk briefly about a money bomb that some of my supporters are sponsoring starting at midnight tonight and going all day tomorrow. They set up a website called Will You Fight? And of course, they're directing people to my website, schiffforsenate.com. And what I had promised the people at Will You Fight is if I can get to 1.5 million in total money raised, that I'm in this race for sure, that I will announce my candidacy. So I'd love to see if we can get that goal. But I did not say that if I don't get to 1.5 million, then I won't run. I simply said if we did get there, I would run for sure. But meanwhile, it's my intention to make a definitive announcement on my status as to whether or not I will run as soon as I come back from Europe. I'm leaving for Europe for a week tomorrow. I'm speaking at an economic convention in Poland. and I'm coming back a week from Wednesday. Within a week of my return, maybe within a day of my return, it's my intention to make a definitive announcement one way or the other what I'm going to do. And as everybody knows by now, I am certainly leaning in the direction of running. And if we can raise $1.5 million in total contributions based on the close to $1 million I've already raised, and maybe another $500,000 that can be raised in this money bomb, then it isn't even a decision. Then I'm running for sure. So if you want to make sure that there's no doubt about what I do, that I run for sure, then contribute the money at the money bomb. And as I said, worst case scenario, if I don't run, if I decide not to run, and I make that announcement in a week or so, then I'm returning all the money, so you've got nothing to lose. And if I do run, even if I make the decision to run and I haven't reached that goal of 1.5 million, I still need the money. Because if I'm going to run, I need the money a lot more than if I'm simply going to return it. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll try to blog from Poland, but if for some reason I can't do that, you'll know why you haven't been hearing from me. Take care, everybody.